Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a late night crypto warehouse special. And as you know, we stream every day at 11 o'clock in the morning, but today it's getting close to Christmas. So the streams are going to be disrupted. The timings of the streams are going to be disrupted, but we are going to try and stream every single day between now and January the 2nd. That includes Christmas Day. That includes Boxing Day. That includes New Year's Eve. We're going to try and stream every single day. So what have we got to go through today? We've got another crypto prediction, $200,000 Bitcoin. Where have they got that from? And do I agree with it? Then we're going to look at the Solana pump. If you've been listening to us for the last 3-4 months, we have been telling you every week this is going to happen. As I say, we don't have a crystal ball, but we do know when certain coins are undervalued. So we're going to have a look at Solana, why it's pumping, why it's good news for the ecosystem, why it's good news for the Solana ecosystem. We're then going to look at a prediction that Doge becomes the top dog next year and overtakes some other cryptocurrencies in the top 10. We're going to look at that. Do we agree with it? Don't we agree with it? We're then going to look at CoinGecko has calculated the total value of airdrops, and it's staggering. The amount of money airdropped is staggering. So we're going to look at that. Then I'm going to give you some tips about airdrops if we've got time. We've then got the fake AI. So as I've been telling people for a few weeks now, there is a fake XRP Brad Garlinghouse video doing the rounds on YouTube that pops up when our videos are on and other people's videos are on. And there's finally somebody's written an article about it. We're going to cover that. Then we're going to look at, if we get time, we're going to look at an X/Google hack, which has led to the theft of $58 million. We're going to try and do all of that. But first of all, I want to say a big thank you and a big hello to Hidden Agendas, who apparently has been dancing in the kitchen to our Christmas music. Good evening, Hidden Agendas. And Naveen, good evening to you, sir. It is greatly appreciated that you are here. If you are watching on an exchange, say hello. If you are watching on YouTube, say hello. So Jacko, good evening. Alprens, we are not going to send you one Bitcoin. That is never going to happen. But thanks for participating. Who else is here? Firas, you are most welcome. Remember, we do give away crypto every stream. If you're on one of the exchanges, tonight is no different. 8:20. We're going to be giving you some crypto to thank you for coming and sharing your time with us. First thing we're going to do, however, is we're going to take a look at the markets. Bitcoin's had a bit of a pump. Alessia, Sam, best song. I'm glad you like the music. That's all I can say. If we don't have Christmassy music, is it even Christmas, though? That's the question. Do you know, we like to do themed shows. So over Halloween, if you never watched them, go and have a look at our Halloween specials. We dressed up, we put makeup on, we put the proper costumes on, and maybe on Saturday you might see us dressed as elves and Santa Claus. You never know, so make sure you tune in for that. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So what's happened? Market cap is up ever so slightly in the last 24 hours, as is the volume. Bitcoin dominance has come down just a touch, 51.8%. I believe it was 52.2% yesterday as well. Let's have a look. What has been pumping and what has been dropping? Polkadot, near Axel, OP, Solana. We're going to go over Solana in a minute. PancakeSwap, Flow, Oasis, Algorand, Phantom, and Avalanche have all had a good 24 hours. Not really a lot in terms of losers. Helium, remembers, had a huge pump up. Look at the 30-day return, almost 3x in the last 30 days. So when you see a coin pump that much, as I've said many times before, wait for a retracement, wait for the price to come back down. It's never going to go up in a straight line. So Helium is down 14%, Stacks is down 8%, Beam is down 8%. Fetch, again, Fetch has had a good year so far. It's up 670%. Fetch is one of my picks. I have 2 picks for the AI bag that you have. One is Fetch, the other is Singularity. Why? Because this market cap of 586 million means it has legs to run. That's why I don't necessarily pick the biggest horse in the race. I try and pick the horse that will run the longest race. So could I see this at a $4, $5, $6 billion market cap? Quite easily. That would give it a price of maybe $6 or $7 a token. That's why I picked them. There are other bigger AI tokens out there, but there's no point in me telling you to pick them because they've already had huge run-ups. Celestia is retracing a little bit. I've made a little bit of money out of Celestia. I've been buying it at about $10, $11. I've been selling it at $14.50. $14.50 is the kind of the hard cap at the minute on the price of Celestia. So that's a good coin to trade in the short term, daily trades, every other day. Render is down a little bit, nothing else. So that's where we are with the markets. Remember, say hello in chat. Let me know where you're watching. Let me know what you're up to, and we will get on with the show. So according to this expert, Bitcoin price to hit $200,000 during the next crypto super cycle. I like they just throw in words. If it was a super cycle, Bitcoin would hit an awful lot more than $200,000. The ETFs, the halving, the election, and interest rates dropping will push it to 200,000. I don't think a super cycle is the right term for it yet. We're a long way from home. We're a long way from there. So I don't think we need to be using the term super cycle before we've even entered the bull run. So a prominent market analyst is pointing to underlying market factors that are combining to prompt an up-and-coming crypto super cycle, which could drive the Bitcoin price to a new all-time high of $200,000. So Ran and Altcoin Daily and video above, Austin and Arnold outlined why investors are increasingly optimistic. I don't want to make any price predictions, but it's not impossible for me that you could do a 3x on the previous high. This is a unique cycle because it's the first cycle in the world where we have 3 things aligning: supply shock, demand increase, and global liquidity cycle. I don't agree with those 3 things at all. I think he's just picked 3 obvious things. Number 1, there is a supply shock every 4 years. Number 2, there is an increase in demand every 4 years. And the global liquidity cycle is, we're coming out of a recession. We've been in a recession, no matter what people tell you. We're coming out of high inflation. Interest rates are going to come down next year. I will give him that. But I'm not at the point now of wanting to call this a super cycle just yet. So he referenced the likelihood of the ETF, which we know. And we know that the halving is April, May. Do I agree with him, however? I do think that we could easily see a $200,000 to $300,000 Bitcoin. As I said back in May, my price prediction was $105,000 for Bitcoin in this cycle. And the reason I said $105,000, diminishing returns. So we were going to 1.6x our previous all-time high, which would give us about $104,000, $105,000. That was always my target. However, we need to take something else into consideration. That is, of course, the ETF. The ETF could add potentially, I mean, people are talking about trillions. Don't listen to them. Again, we try to be the voice of reason on here. We try to be sensible. Don't think we're going to get a 400 billion influx into crypto in the next 12 months. That ain't going to happen. 30, 40, 50 billion, yes. What would that do to the price of Bitcoin? Let's say, for argument's sake, it pushes it to $60,000 to $70,000. So by the halving, we could be at the previous all-time high, which is a unique position to be in, to be fair. Could we then do a 3x from there, given the additional macro environmental changes? Absolutely. That would put us potentially at $180,000 to $210,000. I'm being fairly conservative because I don't want to go along the route of now starting to talk about $500,000 and $1 million. We are still some way away from that. But the unknown entity is how much money is going to flow into these ETFs. We don't really know. We've been given some indications from some of the market research that's been done that it's potentially 30, 40 billion. If it is that, there is a calculation to work out what that does to the price of Bitcoin. And the supply shock, the second thing is, if this Bitcoin starts to get drained from exchanges, it's going to cause a huge supply shock. So conservatively, $180,000 to $210,000. Moon Boy, a fair bit higher, 250 to 300,000. But around that ballpark is double to triple what I was expecting before the ETF news. So I do agree with him. I'm not one to follow with a lot of these crypto influencers. If I was going to follow any crypto influencer, it would be somebody like, excuse me, Plan B, or even Ben Cowan. Those are far more sensible influencers to follow, in my humble opinion. Now, I'm very quickly going to go through the Bitcoin chart, and I'm going to redraw this line for you. Now, we held the line in true 300 style. We held the line. And not only did we hold the line, I also started to draw one of these curves to show you. That's a terrible, terrible version. Let's try that again. There we go. Right, so I drew one of these. Then I copied it. I did this a few days ago, so we'll show it again. Same thing again, and guess what? I think this is the next move for Bitcoin. Again, that puts us at the end of December. That puts us at 49,500. Maybe, if you look right there, $50,000. We've got a pattern. Now, this pattern doesn't have to play out. It's just we're hypothesizing about what we've got to look forward to. And remember, we have this line here. So if I draw that line there, that line has been previous resistance twice. Today and the beginning of December, 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, which is $44,000. So we have to break $44,000. But we could break $44,000 according to this on Christmas Eve. And that would push the price up. I'm still expecting $48,000 by the end of the year. I'm hoping for $50,000. I expect 48, hope for 50. There isn't much in the way of difference, but I'm not going to spend too long. There is, again, a slight chance that we lose all of this support. If something major happens and we talk about ETFs being delayed, then we could start to see this kind of action and maybe finish the year at $38,000. But remember, the SEC are treading a very thin line because it's not contempt of court, but they've been told what they have to do by the courts. They now cannot keep pushing back. So we get the Bitcoin ETF in January. The Ethereum ETF has been delayed to at least April next year. Now, again, that's significant because that's the time of the halving. I don't think they're going to approve the ETF in April. I think they're going to try and push that forward to maybe June, sometime around then. So just bear in mind, this is just an idea of what could happen. It doesn't have to play out like this, but we've seen these beautiful curves twice before. 3 times a charm. Let's hope for $50,000. Now, let's move on again because I don't want to run out of time and I don't want to be here keeping you late into the night either. So we're going to have a quick look at Solana, and we're going to bring up the chart for Solana as well. And as well as bringing up the chart, we've always got our previous targets for Solana already written into the charts. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go through this chart in a second. We're just going to read a little bit of news about it first. Remember, say hello, whatever you're doing. Please give you a few dollars. It's not how we work. We are not millionaires. Let's put it that way. Hello, Nabin. Oh, hello, Nabin. Hi. I'm not going to give you one BNB. I'm not going to give you one Bitcoin. I am not going to give you one ETH. It doesn't work that way. But what I will do is I will drop a comment to Winbox now. And then, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop the gift boxes now. It's 8:15. And we'll drop them before we get into the Solana news. And if you're not watching on an exchange, remember, we stream in a few different places. We'd love you to come and watch us on an exchange, because that way you can receive the free crypto that we give away. So beneath the video that you're watching, there should be some links to some of the crypto exchanges that we're on. Follow them, click on them, subscribe, do the KYC, and then watch us on the platform as well, and you will get the free crypto. We've had, I think, 6 people sign up in the last month to one of the exchanges. Elian, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. And remember, we don't mind you not watching us on an exchange, but you benefit from the free crypto that we give away. So I'm going to head over now and drop the crypto box over here so you guys can accept the envelope. One second. Let me just drop these boxes. A small interlude in the show while we do this, and then we will crack on. I hope that's the right password. Perfect. Right. So everybody should have a red box or a red envelope to open now. Remember, we stream every day. What we'd really love you to do in return for accepting the red envelope, please like and subscribe. So EK Blocky, Sparkle, DD, please make sure you give us a follow. That would be greatly appreciated. Now, let's get back to the news. Now everyone can dig into their free crypto. So Solana flips XRP to become the 5th largest crypto amid bonk-fired meme coin mania. Very nice. Don't invest until you're prepared to lose all of your money you invest. This is a high-risk investment and you should not expect to be protected if something goes wrong. Well, that's an ominous start to the article, isn't it? Solana has surpassed XRP to become the 5th largest cryptocurrency after a 60% surge in a month fueled by a bonk-inspired meme coin mania. Bonk is a Solana-based dog-themed meme coin, which has exploded itself by 1,000%. With a market cap of 1.2 billion, it's up 378% in the past month. This has helped Solana's market cap soar to 38.4 billion this year after a 650% surge. We know all about this. The price was trading at $90 a few hours ago. We're going to go and see that that is now no longer the case, and we are trading higher. So basically, this has been triggered by Bonk, but more than Bonk. Don't think Solana is a one-trick pony that is just powered by Bonk. Bonk is the first token on Solana that you've seen break out and go into the mainstream. It comes with the phone. People were buying the phones last week. The phones were costing $600 and they were getting $825 worth of free Bonk. It's been a bit of a craze, a bit of a mania, as the article says. So Solana has had a bit of a jump up. Kaiko Research says Solana's rally also correlates with renewed enthusiasm around Solana, which it adds has remained resilient despite immense headwinds triggered by FTX's collapse. The total value locked has surpassed 1.22 billion. As I said to you yesterday, ignore this. Ignore this, because this changes with the price of Solana. So if Solana is trading at $100, it will have a 1.22 billion TVL. If the price goes to $50, it will have a 610 billion TVL. I'm not a fan of looking at chains in this way, because the higher the price of the coin, the more it looks like the TVL is locked. What I'm interested in seeing is how much Solana is staked over time. Is more and more Solana being staked? Look at Cardano. If you want to see a chain that has massive amounts of its tokens locked, look at Cardano. That's the chain that everybody needs to copy. Ethereum has a lot, also locked, but don't look at the price value, look at the total number of tokens. So Orca is up, Radium is up. They are the decentralized exchanges that you can trade on Solana. Bonk's gains may not last forever. The tokens ascent highlights Sol's miraculous recovery. I totally agree. However, we told you, and we've been telling you for months, do not sleep on Solana. We told you back here, where was it? Here we go. Okay, so this point here, this was the collapse of FTX. This here was 1 year later. This was when the price of Sol finally recovered from the FTX collapse, and we had this huge alien sad face down here. But we did break out, and boy did we break out. We broke out in fashion. We have videos saying that we need to break $50. We have videos aiming at 60, 70, 80, and then the top one, which we didn't expect to be at this point by end of this year, we thought beginning of next year, is the $100 Solana. So we've smashed every single one of these, but not only have we smashed them, we've smashed them in a really sustained manner. I mean, look, this is a really sustained manner. You could call that the Loch Ness, the Solana Loch Ness of pumping. So it hasn't gone up in a straight line. It's not done a bonk. It's not done a bonk and done this, because we all know that's just going to come straight back down again. It's done it in a nice, stepped, logical fashion over a period of 2 months. It hasn't been an overnight success. I'm not saying that we're going to hold $90, $95 now and move on to $100 tomorrow. I think what we could see, very similar to this down here, is we could see some kind of action. We just do one thing now, and we bring this back up here a little bit to say there. What we could see over the next few days maybe is this kind of action again. We could see that, where we've had the rally, we've had the pump, we retrace to maybe $80. This line here would be a good level to come down to, $80, and then attack $100 at the start of next year. But we have been telling you time and time again that Solana is a great token to be in. I've been in Solana for, I don't know, more than 3 years, maybe 4 years now, I don't know. I've been buying the Star Atlas AAA rated game, and I've got ships on there. I have some NFTs, I have some tokens, I've used the DEXs, I've got some of the airdrops. For me, Solana is my layer one of choice. It's not Ethereum. Ethereum is too expensive. It's certainly not Bitcoin. So for me, Solana is my layer one choice. I do like Cardano, by the way. Cardano is awesome, and it has its own community as well. But for me, Solana is the best horse at the minute. So where do I think we could go? I think in the shorter term, I mean, if we ignore a potential FOMO moment here, and that FOMO moment would take us up, let's go back and have a look at some price action. So this $80, this was previous support. We didn't even blink. We went straight through it. So that was my target here. So where else have we got now? We don't have a lot left. We don't have a lot left to look at, because most of the price action was this huge dramatic surge that goes all the way up. I mean, I suppose we could look towards this level here, maybe $130. That would be the next possible target for Solana, but I'm not expecting that anytime soon. I do think we're going to have a retracement. I haven't actually looked at the RSI. I imagine the RSI is going to be, yeah. So, I mean, the RSI could do with coming down a bit. It's not super high, but it's high enough. I think we have a retracement. And if we come down to $80, I think we'd find support there. Or even if a little bit further down, maybe $76. $76 to $80 for Solana for a retracement. And if you're going to buy into Solana, $74 is probably my price. Could we take $100 today? Maybe. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because we've come a long way. We've come a long way in a very short space of time with Solana. But it's a great pick. It's a great pick, and make sure to go and check out the ecosystem, especially if you're new to crypto. It's a very simple chain to use because everything is beautifully designed. So get yourself a Phantom wallet or a Solflare wallet. Go and put 0.1 Sol into it. You know, go and put $10 in. Go and have a look at the marketplace. Go look at Magic Eden. Go and look at Jupiter. Go and look at Bird's Eye or Bird Eye. Sorry. Go and look at. Just go and have a look around. That's what I would advise you to do with Solana, because it is a very easy on the eye blockchain, in my opinion, and that's one of the things I like about it. It's ease of use. If I was going to recommend a blockchain for a beginner to go and look at, it would be Solana. Closely followed by maybe Cardano. But Cardano's just a little bit clunkier. So we're going to move on. We are going to move on. So a Cardano OG says XRP will be behind Dogecoin in 2024. Now, I haven't read this article, so you'll have to bear with me, because I don't know whether I'm going to agree or disagree with this. So Chris O has shared his 2024 crypto bull market prediction, suggesting XRP will fall behind meme token Dogecoin in the ranking of prominent crypto projects. That's a really bold statement. In a recent tweet, he commented on XRP's long-standing discouraging performance that has caused the asset to lose its position as the third largest altcoin. Specifically, he highlighted that Solana has outranked XRP after securing a market valuation of $37 billion. As a result, Chris predicted a significant reshuffling of the top 10 crypto projects during the up-and-coming bull run, envisioning a notably different ranking. Now that's interesting. Okay, here we go. So this is his bull run top 10, which is Bitcoin, ETH, ADA, Sol. Interesting. Now, if I click this, it's going to take us to my channel, which I don't really want to bring up on the stream. Let's have a look. Oh no, you can't really see. So he's got ETH, ADA, BNB, AVAX, Doge, XRP. I don't know about that. I think BNB's got problems. I think that might fall down a little bit, even though it has its burn. It has the biggest. BSC is obviously a huge chain. I can see AVAX moving up. I don't see Doge doing the move that he's predicting. The only way Doge is going to move up is if there is an X announcement, in my opinion. According to the Cardano OG, Bitcoin will remain number one in the coming bull run. He does not see any digital asset attempting to claim that position. I totally agree with that statement. Ethereum could struggle to maintain its position. I don't know. I mean, if you look at the market caps, Ethereum is 268 billion. So if let's say it's Solana that challenges Ethereum. So let's say Ethereum in the next bull run goes to $1 trillion. That's a 4x. Solana is going to have to 25x to catch it. That would give Solana a price of $250? More. No, $2,500, what we're talking about. So it would have to give Solana a $2,500 Solana for it to catch Ethereum. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I don't believe that for the slightest. I think Solana, ADA are going to have great bull runs, but come on, it's already got a $200 billion lead. Furthermore, argued number 3 spot would be a battlefield between Cardano and Solana. ADA and Sol would continuously reclaim the 3rd spot from each other. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. AVAX is going to move up, but I don't see Dogecoin. So I kind of agree with 60% of what he said. I agree with Bitcoin. I agree with Ethereum. I agree with Solana and ADA. I don't agree with Doge. I don't believe XRP will be down here. I think it's more than likely going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, Solana, XRP, BNB, AVAX, and I think Doge will struggle. I think Doge will struggle if it doesn't get picked by X to become the tipping feature on Twitter. However, we're going to go and have a little look at Dogecoin's price action. And again, as I said before, we've left our TA on the charts. We don't delete it and start it again. We're going to keep it there because if we're wrong, we want to show you that we're wrong. And if we're right, we want to show you that we're right. It's a simple thing. I'm not going to try and change history like, what's it called? Carl Moon tried to do with his coin. Was it Casper that he had? So let's have a quick look at this and see where we are. Remember, wherever you're watching from, make sure to give us a follow. It really does help our channel grow. We're trying to get to 100,000 followers across the different channels. We're currently just under 80,000. That might seem like a long way off, 80 to 100,000, but we were at about 5,000 in May. So we've gained 75,000 followers in nearly 7 months, which is 10,000 followers a month. I mean, that, in my opinion, is good going. It might not be good going for the big guys, but for me, that's a good thing. Right, so let's have a quick look at the daily chart of Doge. Remember, I have not touched this chart. And you'll also know that I do like my channels. I do like my little channels that we stay between because they just visually show you the direction of a coin. And visually you can see that we also put a price in here of 10.6 cents, I believe that is, which probably correlates to previous price action. And look what happened. We banged it 3 times and we didn't break out. So the way to read this is, we're in this channel, we're not really doing anything, we're putting in higher lows, higher highs. We tried to break out, we didn't. What did we do? We came back into our channel. So the channels are great until they don't work. I mean, if you look over here, this channel lasted from November 2022 to October. This was 12 months. 12 months of Dogecoin bonging around in the same pattern, rattled along the bottom, then what happened? We broke out and we came up. So the channel works until it doesn't work. And that goes the same up here. Now what could happen if we have some terrible news? Maybe we break down and we do this. And then we've got to put a different channel in there to show what's going to happen that direction. But we haven't. We're back in the channel. So what does that mean to me? That means to me that potentially at some point by the beginning to middle of next year, we will probably be back at 10.6 cents. And our channel will touch it on the 3rd of January. So the way I see this is we're at 9.2 cents. That's actually quite decent. Down here, where are we? Here at 6 cents. We've had a 50% move in Doge in the last 2 months. It's decent. Obviously, when you compare everything to Solana, it doesn't look so decent. But it's decent. It's a 50% return in a few months. I don't know what more people want. But like I say, for me, a big target is 10.6 cents. Then if you move up, you have other targets up here. 15 cents is another target. And then way back at the beginning of April, I had 17 cents. 17 cents for me kind of retests lots of previous price points. And that would be a 2x from here. So I would expect 10 cents by the end of the year and then have a run at 15 cents, maybe in January, maybe the middle to end of January. But it's looking good for Doge. I don't hold any Doge. I don't intend to hold any Doge. The second the news comes out about Elon Musk, this is going to happen. That is going to happen. Maybe not from there, maybe from there. But it's going to happen, and it's going to give us a new decent high for Doge. But as I say, I'm not going to hold any Doge. I'd rather hold Solana, XRP, the main tokens, the ones that have future possibilities. Now, this number is going to absolutely stagger you, and this is the amount of money that has been airdropped. And it's unbelievable. I thought, maybe $1 billion worth of tokens have been airdropped over the time. That's what I would have assumed. I'm completely wrong. CoinGecko's latest report reveals the leading 50 crypto airdrops have dispensed tokens valued at $26.6 billion in 3 years. 4 years. 2020. Well, if it includes 2020, 21, 22, and 23, in 4 years, there has been $26.6 billion. That's about roughly $7 billion a year of airdrops. And there are people whose, I wouldn't say it's their profession, but their hobby is, you've got the people that go around chasing hurricanes. Don't know what they're called. People go around chasing hurricanes. There are people going around chasing airdrops, and you can understand why. You can probably make a very good living just claiming airdrops. So according to the December 21st post on X, Uniswap holds the record for the largest crypto airdrop, distributing 6.43 billion of Uni on September the 16th, 2020. Nice. Is this the... Should we open this image in a new tab? Let's have a look at the top one, shall we? Okay, here we go. So the 10 biggest crypto airdrops: Uniswap, ApeCoin, DYDX, Arbitrum, Ethereum Name Service, ICP, Bonk, Celestia, LuxRare, and 1inch. That is some seriously big cash being distributed. Now remember, from what I recall, ApeCoin was distributed to people who held Bored Apes and Mutes. It wasn't an airdrop for the likes of you and I. I'm sure ENS was airdropped in a different way as well. I don't remember that being given out to everybody. Bonk, again, I was on the Solana blockchain. I don't remember receiving any free Bonk, but people did. So that was a community airdrop. And for some of the other ones, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I know Pyth was a free airdrop. Jupiter's going to be a free airdrop. If you look at some of my videos where I talk about the Phantom airdrop and things like that, they are potentially going to do fairly decent airdrops in 2024, so bear that in mind. The Jupiter airdrop is going to be in January. I haven't made a video about it because I've just had too much to do, but Jupiter's airdrop will be in January, potentially 2 or 3 weeks from now. I don't think I'm going to sell the Jupe when it drops. GateIO did its airdrop as well. So there's been a lot more airdrops in the last few weeks than I can remember anyway. So while Bonk's gains may not last forever, they do. Have I not just read that article? This is the one I'm on. There we go. So this was followed by ApeCoin. We know about this. DYDX. GateIO's. Here we go. So this is what we are up to now. So 2 weeks earlier, the Solana-based liquid staking protocol GateIO initiated a highly anticipated airdrop, dispersing 90 million GateIO governance tokens amongst its user base. This noteworthy airdrop even stands out against a broader trend in crypto space. A recent report reveals a decline in airdrops. This is true, with only 14 and 13 airdrops securing positions in the top 50. This was back in the day. Liliana, I know you're a massive Ponk fan. I haven't made the Ponk video yet, which I said I was going to make. I've already made 2. I'm going to make a 3rd one. I know that Ponk is going to be the next big thing. If you look at what they're doing, it's not like a normal meme coin. I get that. I've gone through what they're doing. It's classy. And when Bonk first started, Bonk wasn't classy. Bonk was just a really silly meme coin that just got airdropped and everybody was giving it to each other for free. But this isn't the case with Ponk. They're doing some really clever things. The free NFT through Magic Eden. The airdrop of Ponk to the holders of those NFTs. Very clever. So I'm with you. I understand Ponk, but I can't talk about it too much. Like I said, we can't talk about it too much on this channel because it's not listed on exchanges. So I have to be wary of where we stream. I'm not going to start talking about coins that aren't listed on exchanges. I will mention them in passing, but I'm not going to do articles about them yet. When Ponk gets listed on the exchanges we stream on, I will talk about it. But until then, I can only mention it in passing. Now let's get moving on to something which has annoyed me seriously, and that is this deep fake video for you, because it's impossible to find. Unless you're trying to watch a YouTube video, I can't actually watch it. This is a deep fake video featuring the Ripple CEO asking for XRP, and it's on basically at the start of every video that I watch to do with crypto. It's even at the start of our own videos. We recently, by the way, about 4 weeks ago, we recently got monetized on YouTube, which, believe you me, is a lovely feeling. So we're monetized now on YouTube. We do receive a percentage of the revenue that is generated from the ads. But what I don't like is I don't like generating revenue from adverts which are clearly scams. And in this instance, it's a scam. So before I read the article, I just want to put a disclaimer. If you see any celebrity, Johnny Depp, Brad Garlinghouse, Vitalik Buterin, back in the day it was Sam Bankman-Fried, Shaquille O'Neal, if you see a celebrity advertising a cryptocurrency on YouTube, do not click on anything, do not scan the QR codes. They do not exist. It is a scam. They are trying to drain you of your money. It's as simple as that. Brad Garlinghouse is not going to give you free XRP. And if he was going to give you free XRP, he certainly wouldn't do it by advertising on YouTube. So a deepfake video has surfaced on YouTube, raising concerns with the crypto community as it depicts a digital imitation of Brad Garlinghouse making an unrealistic request for XRP to XRP holders. Before it was Brad Garlinghouse, it was Elon Musk. And it was the Elon Musk Doge Inu Mars coin, or something that didn't exist. You would send 0.1 Bitcoin. And in return, it would claim to send you half a Bitcoin in return and 10 trillion Bonk Inu Mars Musk tokens, which was, of course, a fabrication, and it was a lie. So David Schwartz issued, this is going back to July, remember? And Brad Garlinghouse has even come out and said, there's been an this is the video. Okay, I don't know if I can play it, or is that just going to take me over? Is he just taking a screenshot of it? Let's have a look. Okay, he's just taking a screenshot of it. So Brad Garlinghouse is the CEO of Ripple. There's been an uptick in deepfake scam videos like this one below, overlaying new worlds with old video footage from Ripple events. YouTube, are you asleep? At the wheel again. Reminder, don't trust, verify. This is 100% true. So if you are a massive XRP fan, go and follow Brad Garlinghouse. Okay? Go and follow him. If you are a massive Elon Musk fan, go and follow him. If you want to know what's happening in Ethereum, follow Vitalik Buterin, Charles Hoskinson. Go and follow these people. If anything is about to happen, you will find out from them. You will not find out from a YouTube video claiming to be giving you 100 million XRP. It's not going to happen. It's just as bad as receiving those emails from Dr. Eddie Murphy, who wants to send you $68.4 million from a dead relative that never existed. They're just the same, but they're more advanced. And I know a lot of you are new to crypto. I get messages all the time saying you're new to crypto and what should I do and things like that. These are warnings that we always cover in our videos. Don't ever click on anything. And if you want to do something and you don't know if it's real or not, I am more than happy for you to send me a message on Telegram. All my details are underneath. Send me a message on Telegram and say, is this real? And I will go and look for you. And every time, without fail, that I've gone to look at these, there have been scams. It's the same with AI trading. Don't go near them. They are all scams. Now, with that being said, we are going to get on with some quiz questions. If you give me 1 second, we'll bring up the Bitcoin chart and then we will have a little bit of a quiz. We've got time. Although I must admit, it is a very long day today. Where are we? 43,500. We're happy with that. Right, so for those of you watching in a certain place, I am going to turn the stream off now. Everybody else, if you bear with me, I'm going to turn the stream off. I will be back in about 10 seconds.